Today I am compelled to discuss the spiritual systems of the world amongst us that many of us in the past have called the unseen. The most effective lies and deception hide disguised under the disguise of the flimsy truth. And that's why I know that nothing unnatural will ever continue to solidly sustain itself in the laws of nature, because the body is the temple. And I realized that whatever failed take place, or what kind of war or clash of titans that took place, I know that underneath all of that, we knew then, and they knew, that the body was the temple. That's why when the fallen first arrived, speaking on the 200 with Azazel, one of their first gift to woman and mankind was cosmetics, the altering of the flesh. And we know even now, in the modern times, that deception is clear and evident. To not be able to discern between man and woman in the days of altering, makeup, cosmetic surgery. You can't discern. There's much gender confusion. And in order for dark energy or demonic presence to inhabit you, you must alter that straightway path, as they speak of in the Quran, when Iblis vowed to knock man or Atom off of his straightway path. Because on the straightway path, man is undefeated. The angels were told to submit to man on his straightway path when he was in the garden, and he had omnipresent intelligence. So now in this time, as soon as the angels, the fallen, or the Anunnaki, whatever name, interpretation, when they arrived, the first thing they wanted to do is alter, knock man off the straightway path, teach sorcery and alchemy. These were things that did not really truly coincide, but it was more of a manipulation of the laws of nature. So absolutely everything in existence living runs parallel with the cycles and seasons of nature. So what did the fallen do? They created calendars to knock everything off the path. And the wicked's greatest tool is confusion and illusion. Now with the artificial, I would like to call analytical intelligence. It makes you not able to discern between what's reality and what's illusion, the great Maya. In the age of information, of course, the wicked would bring confusion. You see, that's why we know that artificial love, everything artificial, is a thin thread of obligation and indoctrination that we have. So we allow our hearts and our minds to be held hostage by the wicked because of the synthetic algorithm that they have placed, what we now call the matrix, that we have to escape. Because again, I tell you that nothing unnatural, nothing synthetic will continue to sustain. But it's a war between the synthetic and what's real. And of course, the circus cherishes the clowns. But it's for a fact that nature cherishes the gods in the spiritual system. So because they understand that the body is the sacred temple, of course, they want to pervert the flesh. Because once you pervert the flesh, you are a host for the demonic succubus, the succubi, the entity. I call them spiritual parasites. Because that's how they can inhabit you. Because now your flesh is no longer divine or sacred once you've altered it. So now, this is how we know that we are under the rulership of the fallen, because now everything is about confusion. You don't know if that's a man or a woman, or people now identify as dogs, cats. Everything is in a disarray of confusion, everything is scattered and confused in the demonic realm because nothing knows its true identity. A state of amnesia, of ignorance, indoctrination that runs deep, a calendar system of slavery, repetition, zombieism, to where you're just a zombie, a slave to your own habits, a slave to your own patterns, a slave to your own schedule. And that's what the demonic energy does. It traps, it imprisons you in your own ignorance. And that's why I say be careful and cautious of repetition, because it enslaves you. There's nothing that you should be consistently doing. That's a form of slavery. And remember, this is a realm of free will for the observer, for the watcher, for the one on the straightway path. Because the one on the straightway path recognizes wickedness for what it is. Because it goes against your nature, your temple, your sacred temple, which is divine. But when you alter it, you make it vulnerable. You make yourself vulnerable for demonic energies to inhabit you via indoctrination, synthetic pills, synthetic information, falsehood, altering. I'm not this, hence gender confusion. I'm a grown person. I'm interested in children, sickness, addiction, possession, enslavement. An algorithm that enchants you because you're repetitively involved in this, engulfed. This is all like gluttony, all of the things that are excessive and desperate, fiending for the algorithm. When you do get a chance, look up algorithm and really what it means. Al-Ghul is a flesh-eating spirit, and then the rhythm of it. So you're in the path and the rhythm of a demonic rhythm. So, they want to blur your path so you cannot travel in clarity. But once you understand the divine purpose and the wicked purpose of the fallen, then you understand your path. Because it's in the ancient books, they vowed to knock you off that straightway path. And this is what artificial intelligence is. Summon the demon and camouflage it. So that's why when you're on Facebook, you don't know if you're dealing with a woman or a man. You don't know what you're dealing with because everything is an image now. Everything is filtered, as Avalon tells me. And it makes a lot of sense. But the synthetic is only a masquerade. Remember, illusion is always temporary. So it's inevitable that the truth shall overwhelm everything. You remember, everything that's with false and confusion is temporary. But what's in nature is infinite. Yeah. It's autonomous. Everything in nature is autonomous. It's a natural flow. So never be held hostage by your own heart and mind. And remember that you don't need the wicked to validate you, because validation makes you a slave to the demonic algorithm. This is Ancient Nine Mystery School, Saint Germain.